you often speak about this, that each person needs to have a credo. I think, and this is something that I would ask, is certainly those of our listeners who have not been as conscious of this. It's so important. Again, the Ramchal, the Kabbalah, says you should actually take an hour a day to think about this. But if you've never done this, sit down on a Sunday or whenever, when you have an hour free and really write down, who do you want to be? You might not be there, probably not there today.
And what you believe. Because
what
your
you believe
thoughts inform your intentions, right? It starts with that.
Like, it's funny, as I was thinking about this today, like, in this, why questioning is so important. Like, if you asked me, it would probably take much longer than this podcast. If you asked me, what do I want to be? There's many answers to that. But one of the things that I know I want to be is somebody who does good for other people, right? So I could, okay, that's my belief, that's my credo, whatever you want to call it, that's what I want to be. And then I can live the next 50 years doing that. But there's no question in my mind that if I literally took the time once a week and said, not just am I doing good, am I getting better at it? Am I growing with it? Because it's not just about doing, it's about developing as a human being. So this intentionality in every aspect of our life, I think I'm a relatively good a husband, a relatively good father. But to ask yourself, what do you want to be as a father? What is your intention with your children? Do you even have an intention with your children?
Well, it's really interesting too, because I think that people don't realize that they are living with intention sometimes, and that's even more dangerous. So for instance, if you make a vow when you're younger, I'm never going to, marry that kind of person, or I'm never going to do X, Y, and Z. And you write these things down, you may call them goals or whatever. And then later in life, you see how your life's unfolded and you don't understand why it's not actually going the way you want it to, right? Because you had a belief system or a thought, and it set out the trajectory of your life. That's the reality of it. I mean, I know that I was very clear about what kind of person I wanted to marry and what I didn't want, right? Very with major intention. And it came to be that way.
Thankfully.
Yeah, yes. You're pretty lucky. I found a journal a few years ago. I like to keep journals, and I had written a bunch of things I was going to accomplish in like the next 5 years. This is like a journal from 2010 or something. And I was so impressed and surprised at the time that everything I had intended to do, I actually did do, that I had written down. The only thing that I was off about was the timeline, which usually we are. We always think it's going to take a lot shorter time. It's going to happen very quickly with less effort. But they all came to be, right? So when I found this list of intentions, I was like, wow, because once you decide something, your brain now actively goes and creates situations and scenarios to create that for yourself. So we have to be careful both ways, right?
Absolutely.